Hi, in this video I'm going to talk about using the bow for the first time. So in one of my other videos we talked about how to rosin the bow and how to tighten the hair of the bow. So now that you've got that all worked out, and we talked about how to hold the violin and how to look at the music stand, well, we've been playing some pizzicato and we know all the open string notes now and some of the stop notes as well. Now what we're going to do is we're going to play with the bow, and this is where things get really, really fun. So we're going to go, there are three main, we divide the bow into three main parts: the heel, the middle and the tip. So what I'd recommend is that you start at the heel and you pick a string, say the D string, and we're going to go all the way from the heel to the tip. And what we're going to try and do is try to avoid playing on the other strings. So we're going to go like this. And do that several times. Now, I wonder, do you know this game? There's a game that I play with my kids and it's called Operation. So it's a little board game, and on the board there's a man and he's having an operation and he's swallowed lots of different items like bones and old tires and things like that. And you are a surgeon and he's on the operating table, and you have to try and extract the objects with some tweezers without touching the side of the hole. And if you do, then it's electronic and his nose beeps and it goes buzz, it buzzes like that, and he goes ah. So think of that whenever you're playing this game. So whenever you're starting off with the bow. So what we want to do is play lovely long bows from the heel to the tip and back again, lots and lots of times, but we want to try not to hit the strings on either side. And if you do, then it's a bit like the man having the operation. It's like you're touching the side of his tummy. So whenever you're doing this, I'd recommend that you look, use your eyes and help them to guide your bow. Do you see what I mean? So it is possible to do it without touching the strings on either side, but it definitely takes a little bit of practice. And then we're going to try that on the next string. So try that on the A. So just change the height of your elbow. You notice that you see the height of my elbow changes depending on what string I'm on. So G, D, A and E. So quite a low elbow for the E, quite a high elbow for the G. And here we're going to play the A string. Now wherever you get to the middle of the bow, try opening out your arm, your forearm. This is your forearm here. So so you're using your upper arm from the heel to the middle, and then whenever you get to the middle, to the tip of the bow, you're going to use your forearm. Like that. So do you see that the bow is going, I'm moving my bow out and away. It's like playing tennis backhand. Like that, that's forearm and this is backhand. So you see the way I'm using that hinge of my arm and I'm opening my arm out and away. And as I do that, I actually apply more and more pressure with my first finger. We call this your first finger. So much so that if I do this, try and lift the tip, do you see that there's a little bit of pressure there? It's like a pivot, I'm pivoting on it and I'm getting that crunchy sound. So we definitely don't want that at the heel. It's horrible, isn't it? So what we do is we don't press at all. All we do is we just use the natural weight of your arm, you know, like that. Oh, it's lovely and heavy, like your arm's sinking into a nice heavy sofa. And then what you do is you just gradually, right about the middle of the bow, start to apply more and more pressure with your first finger until you got that pressure going on. So whenever you play, try and become aware of of how you change from weight at the heel and you go to pressure, and try and make it as seamless as possible. If you make a sound like this, that means that something isn't right. You're maybe using too much weight and you need to lighten your arm, or you're using too much pressure. So remember what I said, don't use pressure at the heel, but use pressure at the tip, and that will instantly help you. Experiment with the speed of your bow as well, having nice fast bows and slower ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So you could get a metronome and you could play fast notes, 1, and then minims, 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to try semi-breves where it's 4 counts, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So do that on each string, and remember operation bow. Try not to glance the strings on either side, and use your eyeballs to help you with that, to guide your bow. And yeah, just use your ears, listen to the sound that you're making, and you have to try and be very self-critical and make lots of little adjustments with the weight of your arm and pressure and thinking about what part of the bow you're at. You have to be clever about that little bit of knowledge that I give you. So have fun. And another idea is you could also do that with the note chart. So play all the notes of the note chart every day. Every single day, 4 times. That's another great way to get lots of practice with your bow. Very simple ideas so that you're not multitasking. Whenever we play a piece of music, we're thinking about so many things at once, but at the beginning it's good just to think about 1 or 2 things at most at the very beginning. So, and then whenever you come to play a piece, hopefully those basic things will become automatic and they'll become part of your muscle memory. You not need to think about them so much, and you can think about the music and repeats and the rhythms and mixing up different note values and playing with different fingers in different orders, all those things, which require a little bit more mental space. So that's all for this video. So have fun with your bow. It's definitely one of the most fun things about playing the violin, and make sure whenever you finish, lefty-loosey, and then put it away in your case. So don't leave it lying out for your pet cat to get at, or your dog to gnaw at, or something like that. Remember to put it away very, very safely whenever you finish. So fiddly bye bye.